The Blackstone and with Sidequests. Loading complete.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Blackstone and the Sidequests, your neighborhood guide to everything anime, gaming, pop culture, and all that fun stuff. Today we got a kind of a big episode as we're going to be discussing the new season of anime upcoming. So with me, I've got, as always, Devin there. How you doing, Kimmer?
You know, I'm doing all right. Got my Dr. Pepper, got myself a couple brownies, and, vibe through this. Got my anime list over here to my left.
And you're not driving?
I got excited for and stuff like that. And I'm not driving this week, so.
And then we have the return of Griff, who has been pretty busy recently. All of us have been kind of get kicked in the ass a couple months, so 2 weeks in a row, kind of working nicely. And then lastly, we also have Dekel, also from the Double D podcast, and his adorable kiddo there.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, kind of be a parent as much as I can while, attend class and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Being a parent is the best adventure I've ever been on. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
It
All right.
is.
So we got a new season of anime coming. I think I'm going to start with any of the animes we're watching that are continuing to start to see if they're worth continuing to watch, and then we'll get into the brand new stuff. So, are you guys watching any anime currently that is going to continue on into the next season?
Actually, I don't think so. I think I'm only watching all that ends because I think Jobless is ending soon. Like, everything's ending soon. So, I think the only anime is not a lot of anime go past 12 episodes anymore. So, not that I know of, no.
Okay. What about you, Dekel?
Only thing I could really think of that might extend a little bit past the season, what's it, Tsukamichi, the Moonlight Fantasy or something like that?
No, that just ended.
That just ended. It is coming back.
Look, see?
Yep.
Then it's like, 'cause that was season 2 that it was just airing. So
That was season 3.
yeah, I don't think I'm watching anything that's going to extend past this season.
Well, I've got a couple that are continuing. So Bocchi the Rock is coming back. They're doing the movies in episode format. That was one from last year. It was really good. Bocchi the Rock is about a band of girls who get together, and she's like a super introvert, but she's also like an amazing guitar player. So that one's kind of cute. I like it. It's a fun series. Fairy Tail: The 100-Year Quest is coming back. That's part of the reason why I like Fairy Tail. Yeah.
Okay.
So that one, I'm still not sure if I'm going to continue it because Fairy Tail has some of the best arcs in anime and some of the absolute worst arcs in anime. If you watch the series from start to finish, it is a hard watch. There's whole groups of like 50 episodes you could skip and not even miss anything.
Let me just say, one of the worst arcs in there is when they do the spirit.
The Zodiac arc?
Fuck that arc. So bad.
That is as bad as the Naruto frog arc, is how bad that shit is.
Agreed. I hate that arc so much. But then, they all, like you said, they have one of the best arcs, the tournament arc with all the other guilds. Love it.
The Wizard Tournament arc is probably one of the best tournament anime arcs in recent memory, for sure.
Fact.
That was probably their best arc.
Yeah. The
that one can't be real, but everything else, shit.
the Tower of Babylon arc was really good too.
I'm just a hater, but I ain't got time for that. That shit used to make my head hurt.
Oh, for sure. It's very much
to be the way that it is. Like, come on, man.
It's an acquired taste, and for me, I'm just glad that the toxic fans will have something to talk about for 5 minutes. We could shut them up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
with people and shit like that.
Another one that's continuing from last season is Spice and Wolf, which is a remake of an anime they did 20-ish years ago. It is a super chill anime. If you are looking for something that is just like, it's got a good storyline, it's got good pacing, it has well-defined characters, and is literally just a journey anime. It's not an adventure anime, it's a journey anime. It is actually really, really good. And that's continuing. The animation is fantastic. you know how animes companies always have like different studios that do it, and it all kind of doesn't mesh correctly. This is all done by one studio, and every episode looks exactly the same as the other episode. I have not noticed a single flaw in any of the episodes. That one's really good. I enjoyed that one. And of course, the other one is Slimu. That one's continuing. They're going for a full season. And that is getting really good. I know a lot of people are hating on this season, but if you remember season 2, the build up on it is huge with Slimu. Except now that because he's building outside of his country, the pieces are bigger, so you need more information to figure out what the fuck is going on. But I trust the way that they do their arcs, that the payoff is going to be huge. So the season so far is pretty slow. It has some really good bits, but you can start to, like where they are right now, you can start to feel it's like, oh, this is building into something fucking massive. So I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite isekais in recent years for sure. So those are the ones that are continuing that I've been following.
So like really,
I didn't know you meant. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. What is that, a bluey cup that you're drinking out of?
No, it's Stitch.
Oh, okay. It looked like a fucking bluey cup. That's hilarious. Okay.
Even if it was, it would have been fire.
Yeah, no, I love Bluey. Bluey's awesome. Like, right before it, so. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I misinterpreted what you said by like last season. I thought you meant like season 2s and stuff like that. And
No, I mean continuing anime.
okay, so I actually do have a couple. Then we got Tower of God season 2. I'm actually really excited for. They came out a couple of years ago. I will say the first season did disappoint me because I did read the webtoon and they did cut a lot of stuff out of it. So I'm really hoping they don't do that with season 2. And then another one I'm really excited for is Nier Automata. Core 2 is finally coming out. I'm really excited for that one because those are 2 very good animes. I mean, the anime for Tower of God, if you didn't read the webtoon, is good. But like I said, they left out quite a bit of info.
Yeah, they pulled a Shield Hero where they edited the story to make it go faster, and they cut out so many things that it's a shadow of what it should have been.
Yeah, no, it could have been like phenomenal. Like, but those are the only 2 like on my list over here that I'm seeing that's getting a season 2 or continuing on to the next season that I'm excited for. Other than that, it's just a bunch of brand new anime that I'm excited for. Like, there's actually quite a bit on here that I'm excited for. So,
well, I looked at the list and I'm like, some of these look kind of garbagey. So I hit up some trailers, I read some synopsises, and I've got probably about 10 or 15 that I'm going to give a try. And I would have to say this season has a lot of animes that genuinely look like at any moment they could just be trash. And I don't mean trash as in as good trash, like it's guilty pleasure just because it's, you know, like a cheesy anime. I mean trash as in like it's not worth my time. So I've got the list kind of alphabetical here, just from the list that I've kind of gone through. So one of the ones I think that could be really funny or really terrible, and this is one of the trash animes, just to start off, is 2.5 Dimensional Seduction.
I was going to bring that one up.
So it's about a guy he's an otaku. He loves 2-dimensional characters. You know, the VTuber thing is becoming very big, as we've seen in anime, both and on Twitch and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Just the art style of this makes it look like it could actually be genuinely hilarious. But it also looks like it could be so cliche and poorly done that you might not even make it through the first episode. But when I read the synopsis, I'm like, because I have an affinity for finding people a relation to characters that are like broken in some way, particularly nerdy, geeky people, just because I am nerdy, geeky people. So I always try to give those a little bit of a try. And sometimes I've been surprised. Sometimes I've been wasting my time. The prime example last year was that one about the guy who has the isekai doorway in his basement from his uncle's house or whatever, and he gets to be it reforms his body because he's like a chubby otaku, and then he levels up and all of a sudden his body changes overnight and he's just got like abs and he uses his skills in both worlds. Trying to remember what the name of that one was. That one actually ended up being far better than it should have been. But the blonde princess needed to be stabbed in the face. I get really tired of the cutesy blonde princess heroine crap. But
Sure.
having said that, that's the kind of example I'm looking for from Dimensional Seduction, just because it sounds like it could be really funny. And I love watching comedy animes. That's why I'm a big fan of Konosuba. I think that Konosuba is like S tier comedy anime. For anybody who's looking for a good laugh, it's just one of the most perfect things to watch. What do you got on the list there, DeKalb? Is there anything that you're looking forward to?
I need to look at that list again. But me and Devin was talking about it. That's why I was. If you can't.
It was I can actually pull it up real quick. It was
a
about
couple of them that I was looking at, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I need to watch that."
Mhm.
It was actually a couple of them that caught my eye, and I was talking to Devin about it, but I don't remember the names because I've only seen that list when he shared it that one time.
Yep,
So yeah,
I'll pull it up.
there's a lot of people
I
that
need
will actually just wait until the anime start coming out. They'll look at the picture, like when you're buying a book or a manga or something, and then they'll just give it a try. What I wish Crunchyroll would do for the first week of every season, say this is the full list of all the first episodes are out. Click here to watch a playlist and just plow through them. Right?
yeah.
That would be really nice to do, but I'm a marketer. I kind of think of these things. So while Kimmer's looking through that, I'll get to the second one, and then Griff, I'll let you kind of chime in after, and then we'll get the Double D boys on this. So the next one I really think could actually be really good is called A Few Moments of Cheers. This one has already started airing. It's kind of a movie. I haven't watched it yet, but it is technically summer anime season, and that's why I hadn't heard of it. But it's about a high school boy who wanted to create music videos, who has a teacher who's given up on music. So it's that kind of sort of almost platonic relationship of finding your way through a common interest. But the animation style looks kind of neat, and I love well done music animes, so I kind of want to watch that one. Hit that one up.
For this, by the way, guys. I found it. So the two that we were talking about is the Sengoku Yoko. I don't really know a synapse, but if you guys are watching everything, that's kind of the picture for it. It actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Mayako Punch. And I only looked, it looks good only because, I don't know, just because of the girl's eyes.
Yeah.
It's a dope design. Those are the two that we were like actually interested that are coming out on Crunchyroll that I shared off the list. But I have one of those ones that fall under it could be really terrible or it could be really good and rolled. And that's Wistoria, Wand and Sword. I was reading up on it, and it looks like the story could be phenomenal, but it could be one of those animes where they just only do story, and the story is just told bad. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that it's not like that because it actually looks.
It
actually the thing looks good. You know, the art looks good.
The art does look really good. I actually have that one in the list. And that's the thing though, is some of these look like they're just done really, really well.
Like the other one I'm looking at is Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low level spells.
Yep.
Like it looks good, but it could be terrible ass anime.
Well, that's the thing though. The title is very, very cliche anime, like the overpowered protagonist. The other one that I was thinking of the same vein was Failure Frame. Failure Frame is one that let me just pull up the synopsis here. So Failure Frame is about a guy who he has bottom tier abilities, and then so he's sent to a dungeon where he's never returned alive, and then he's abnormally powerful, and so he decides to, that's I became the strongest. Now it's low level spells. That's the same one.
Pretty much.
It's some a hall because she's
You're good, brother.
throat.
Yep,
We're keeping the conversation flowing. You know what I'm saying?
But Devin, send me that list so I could say the ones that caught my eye.
I just
No. just like a comment or something, so I could actually go to the post. Because you know that shit was like a couple days ago.
Yep.
I just tagged you.
Okay.
The The other one along that eye is No Longer Allowed in Another World. It's about a guy
I
who,
was just gonna bring that one up.
That one sounds good.
yeah, he apparently just wants to end his life. He doesn't want to be part of this stuff, and they keep forcing him in to be a hero and all that kind of stuff. So again, with the broken sort of mentality thing, I don't know why that fascinates me. It just does. Anyway,
One
so
I'm super excited for. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say, Griff, it's your turn to
Okay.
pick one.
Well,
I got the list. So after you go, I want to talk about man.
So one of the ones that I don't think anyone will bring up, maybe they will, is Seketsu, Fate of the Majority.
Yep.
It sounds super freaking interesting just because it's a student who finds himself in a game of survival as half the human population disappears each night. I really want to know. I need to watch the trailer on it to kind of get a better understanding on how they're going about it, if it's like a voting system or what the case may be. But like, it definitely reminds me of a lot of like the K dramas, like Squid Games and
The battle royale genres.
yeah, the battle royale genres. I really like that genre. So that's definitely one just based off of the synopsis. That seems pretty interesting. But I also think it's one of those ones where it could be really, really good or really, really shit.
Oh, for sure. Those apocalyptic ones are always just like hit or miss. So I'll kind of lead into this, and then I'll give it over to DeKel here. But I watched Dead Demons episode 0 today.
Mm-hmm.
The animation is yeah. So basically, oh, it's got a longer title, but the synopsis is aliens attack the planet, and then 4 years later, the Japanese government blew up the aliens, but now because of these, like, they look like little will-o-wisps are floating in the air, and if you touch them, they blow whatever up, and they keep spawning everywhere. And then of course you have like these parasites that have kind of infested humanity. So like you're a shell of who you used to be, and kind of all that kind of stuff. It seems like an interesting premise. But the problem is I hate episode zeros. They always feel out of place, and they never like, because episode 0 talks about the dad, and yet episode 1 starts with the daughter who he's trying to find. And I'm like, was that a spoiler of her not knowing her dad's alive, that he's just going to show up? But because we know, because watch episode 0, like, I don't know. I might give it another try. I might not. I'm not a big fan of those. My wife loves those ones. So for me, that one's kind of a maybe. But the actual title of it, let me just pull it up here, is Dead Demons Day Destruction. Is the full title of it. But DeKel, what you got?
That shit sounds like it's gonna be like some crazy shit. But the couple that had caught my eye honestly was the first one was Aliyah sometimes hide her feelings in Russian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I think it's the title. I swear I think it's the title, but I think this might be you probably can't see it, but okay.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It looks like it's gonna be interesting to me. What was the other one that I said that I liked? Hold on. Emma already mentioned Mayo Naka Punch. That one was looking like it was gonna be good to me as well. I was going to actually check out. Did somebody mention Sengoku Yuko?
Yep.
Yeah, those are the two I brought up, brother.
Yep.
Right. You know, I'm just making sure. I'm just going through the list.
You're good.
Now, this one just aired today, and like I said, I'm gonna wait for a couple of episodes to build up. But the strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human. That looks like it's gonna be some gas, so I'm gonna let that build up first.
I like those kinds of ones, because there was a one last year where I quit being a hero, or no, I was fired being a hero, so I joined the Demon Lord's army. That was very
Yeah.
similar to that one, and that one was really good. The ending,
Yeah.
like the whole ending and his character was completely out of left field to what I thought it was going to happen. It was really
Yeah.
good.
It was that one was really, really nice. That
Yeah.
one was really, really nice too. I'm shocked that you watched that one because shit, them titles be scaring people away.
Oh no,
But the last two that
I love good long titles.
those be the best ones. But the last two on the list and the ones that caught my eye as well was Why Does Nobody Remember Me in This World? Just because I know it might have a little bit of action up in it. Plus, it looked like he got a little harem going, so that's a plus.
I haven't looked into that one yet.
And Wisteria, Wand, and Sword.
Yep.
The very last one on the list.
Yep.
I know that's gonna be decent too. That it looks like it just reminds me of like some kind of RPG game based on the picture. So I'm like, you know what?
So the only issue I have with that is that it sounds very similar to Michelle Magic and Muscles, because it's quite literally somebody who goes to a magic school with no magic powers.
Oh, that's Black Clover is what inspired all that shit.
Yeah. I didn't even think about Black Clover because Black Clover is not a magic school, so I didn't consider it. But that
Yeah.
totally makes sense now.
Yeah.
I've spent I've spent enough time bashing on Black Clover, so I'm not going to this episode.
Yeah, but let's chill out. You know what I'm saying?
One of
I
the
actually have one.
Oh, go ahead.
God, sorry, my bad. No, I mean,
No, your turn. Your turn.
Oh, okay. Sorry, but this one I'm like, I just know no one's going to bring it up, and I'm really excited for it, only because the intro is fire. My dear friend Nokotan, I am.
That one looks funny.
Ooh, it looks so funny, but the intro is so fire. You guys gotta look it. It's so catchy. I'm excited. But for those who want to know what it is that no one knows that Torko used to be a delinquent, which she's a girl. She used to be like one of those fighters beating people up, bad student. She transferred, and now all of her classmates know her as this perfect student. But then this transfer student comes in called Nokotan. She is a transfer student with antlers, and the antlers aren't the only thing strange about her. Is that she's a deer who can sniff out her secret past. Whether it's at the school or the zoo, chaos falls this doll-eyed girl every step. And Toriko has so many questions. Is Nokotan a deer or a girl or something in between? It actually looks like a really good comedy. I'm actually really excited. Something different, something for a change. So
yeah, no, something different is neat. Like so one of the ones that you guys are all probably gonna like, and I'm gonna introduce you to this one. Because it's not on Crunchyroll, which is where you guys are looking. So this one is called The Osan Nubian Adventurer. Trained to death by the most powerful party, became invincible. So this is about a guy who's 30 years old who was like a clerk at an adventuring guild, and at 30 years old he decides to become an adventurer. So he's an F rank adventurer, but because he's being trained for 2 years by the best party in the world, he's got an S rank strength. Oh, it is on Crunchyroll.
Wait, you said this. I was gonna say you said it was on. I'm looking at this. It is on Crunchyroll. Liar.
No, it is on Crunchyroll. Sorry, the icon for like the list I'm on, they have the icons listed of where they're being shown, and the Crunchyroll icon wasn't there. So I should have read a little bit further because it says source Crunchyroll at the bottom. But that one,
no one brought up. Okay, go ahead, keep going. My fault. I didn't know you were not.
Oh no, that's fine. That one I think you guys will really like. One that I actually am excited for, and just because I like opposites attract anime, is the Magical Girl and Evil Lieutenant used to be arch enemies, and I used to shy away from these ones. But when I watched Love After World Domination last year, I was like, this is a fun genre. Now, Love After World Domination is kind of a Sentai parody anime. The female lead, her costume in it is like super scantily clad, and it is freaking hilarious because she's overpowered as fuck, but she's as innocent as can be. And he's a muscle bound guy who has to work out like every 5 minutes of every day. Like he has to work out all the time, and he's just like jack ripped, and he's the leader of the team. But they can't let everyone know that they're in a relationship for the entire thing. So they go to fight, the big bad and the leader. They go fight off elsewhere, but they're actually like sitting down and they're like having a date while everyone else is actually fighting. It's
crazy.
It is one of the most fun Sentai animes that I've watched in a while. And ever since then, I'm like, I kind of like these opposite attract animes that are coming out there. So that one looks kind of fun. So Kimmer, you're next. You said you had something?
Yeah, I'm surprised no one brought this one up, which is the Suicide Isekai Squad show.
I brought that up last week.
Yeah, but like we're still talking about. We're still talking about new animes coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So I figured we might as well bring it back up. But that's gonna have 10 episodes. Comes out July 6th. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to talk about it.
The animation looks really cool. I do not know if it's going to be any good or not, just because my brain, like being as a comic book kid growing up, I don't know if my brain will handle Japanese from a Western inspiration, which is kind of funny because the next one that I have on my list right below that is Terminator Zero, and that's coming out on Netflix. So, I mean, if the story, like Terminator stories, if they're done right, are really good. No one expects them to be well written. Anything James Cameron has ever done has never been well written. Excellently cinematography, fantastic special effects, great casting, easiest story in the world to follow. But I don't know how involved he is with this, or if he's just collecting a paycheck from licensing fees. I have no fucking clue. I've actually actively avoided spoiling myself because the animation looks crisp enough where I want to try the first episode without having sort of a preset mindset going into it. But with the Suicide Squad anime, like the fact that it's an isekai just makes me laugh because it's like, okay, that would be a very Japanese thing to do, to take a Western product and then put something that is distinctly Japanese into it and then kind of run with it. But as I said last week, for those of you who haven't watched, I said to Kevin, I was like, Batman Ninja sucked so bad that I don't know. I genuinely don't know how I feel about it because I love, the Batman universe. Like the Harley Quinn TV show is fucking hilarious.
I have not given it a shot. I need to really give it a chance because it looks funny.
Well, let me put it this way. It's an alternate universe written by people who were clearly influenced by 80s camp movies. As soon as you accept the fact that it is meant to be campy and comedic, you will enjoy it. If you're going in thinking it's going to be the greatest thing ever written, no.
Yeah. So, did anyone bring up why does nobody remember me in this world?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it. That one looks really good. I totally was like looking through the list. I must have just but I'm going to bring up one as more of a joke because I can't really fucking believe that this is an anime. Give me a second. I need to scroll. Oh, Days with My Stepsister.
Yep.
This shit looks fire. What you mean, bro?
That's actually on my list.
Is
So-
it seriously?
Yeah. Okay. So this is on my list. And this is a very common trope in manga, believe it or not. Not many of them get animated. So the one that I would actually recommend to you to watch if you want to know what kind of things happen in this anime is watch Citrus. Now, Citrus is a Yuri anime. Okay. But the main character goes to school in the first episode, brand new school, because her mom got married. She got transferred to school, so she goes to school. And a bunch of shit happens with the class president. Of course, it's the fucking class president. Who ends up after all of this shit happens on the first day, she finds out that that's her stepsister now.
Oh.
And it's their romantic relationship. Because it's as close to a taboo subject as you can get without being illegal.
To be fair, as you say, it's a pretty common thing. There's obviously tons of
Yeah,
webtoons out there.
but the genre itself is actually very popular because it's a what would I do in that situation scenario. That's the
Right.
intrigue of it. Now, in the case of Citrus, it's beautifully animated. I own the entire manga.
Sure.
It's a fantastic, like, even the fact that whether it's Yuri, whether you think it's a fetish or whatever the fuck you guys think, I don't care. I don't care. The story itself is actually fantastic. It's really good.
Sure.
But Days with My Stepsister is kind of a straight relationship in the same veins of that.
Yeah.
It sounds like they knew each other before their parents got
Oh
married.
yeah, 100%. Because even in the synopsis, it's the cute girl of the school or whatever.
Yep.
So they already knew each other prior to. So it's kind of one of those situations.
Griffin's guilty pleasure anime.
It's what shout out to Mother's Basement. It's what he would refer to as hot garbage, where
Yeah.
you like it because it's trash, right?
Okay, to be fair, Mother's Basement sounds like a good horror movie.
Yeah.
Like just one day in a world where you wake up in your mother's basement, trapped forever.
No,
You're
that
never gonna leave. Mom.
he's been doing anime reviews for like 10 years now, and he started in his mom's basement because he was basically
Oh my god.
but he grew up in the era of you're a weeb, you're just living in your mom's basement, so he took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
The guy actually lives in Japan now as a professional YouTube anime reviewer. Like, say what you will, the guy's like doing what he loves, and I love his videos because he makes his anime reviews very fun, and I love his take on hot garbage because he's like, this anime is hot garbage. So like winter season, one that Kimmer recommended was Chain Soldier. On his review list, he's like, that's hot garbage. It's a great anime, but it's
great.
it's an HE anime and it's a harem anime.
Yeah, I mean, what? My bad.
But it is hot garbage, right? Like you can enjoy just about anything. One of the other ones that I think could be really good.
It. I mean, God damn it, my fault. I apologize.
It was actually really good. It was really good.
Fault.
Freaky.
Oh, come on.
Like, why is this episode 3 hours long?
That's because he's
Don't
watching
worry
it.
about
0.25 CP.
I actually have I have 2 movies that I'm actually, or not 2. One of them I'm interested in. One I'm sure other people would, but it's just hot garbage. You got the new My Hero Academica movie coming out in August, and then that's called You're Next. And there's one called Ghost Cat Anzu. It says Karen, an 11-year-old, is abandoned by her father at her grandfather's house, a monk of a small town in the Japanese countryside. Her grandfather asks Enzu, his jovial and helpful, although rather capricious ghost cat, to look after her. The meeting of the strong characters causes sparks, at least in the beginning. It actually looks pretty decent. I'm going to watch a trailer here after this, but
Cool.
The art looks good.
Yeah, the anime movies that are coming out
July 19th.
that are like individual stories look fire as fuck. Like, I don't know what those animation studios are doing, but it's no longer 1 or 2 studios that have like the best animation. It's like they've all just leveled up. And then with all like the controversy around Mappa and some of the other studios, it's like, well, what do you do? Like everybody's just leveling up their game now, and I'm here for it. I've got 3 more left on my list. So if anyone's got any other ones, I mean, fire them off. Let's go. What do you got?
I'm just gonna chime in really quick on the whole bit. They didn't kill JJK. The terrible writing killed JJK.
Thank you.
JJK was never good to begin with.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. The point is like, whether you liked it or not, the first season to me was gas, and then the second season just continuously got worse because it was literally a copy and paste from the first season.
Mhm.
They changed almost nothing. It was awful, and they kill so
All
many
I'm
characters
saying
off.
is, All I'm saying is, and everybody know how I feel about this goddamn show. It took me all over the place. You can't lie and say that the Gojo and Sukuna fight is not gonna be heavily anticipated. A lot of people wanna watch that.
Just that.
Oh,
I will
there
watch
is
just
a
that.
no, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. That makes that shit to have the potential to possibly
Mikhail,
It'll make a good anime
Mike,
music
hold on,
video.
Mikhail,
look.
Mikhail,
make
I
a good.
I think,
Mikhail,
I
who's the
think
main
they
character of
gonna-
the show?
Man, I don't care who the main
Who's the main
character.
character?
So,
Who's the main character
I
of the show?
just
There
know,
is a fucking
I
main
just
character.
know Gojo
No,
versus
there is
Sukuna
no-
is gonna be that it has to be if they at least make that fight good, it don't matter how everything else plays out because everybody just wanted to see that animated anyways. At this point,
It's true.
No,
I done
100%.
I
I
didn't
can
heard so
agree.
many people. I didn't heard so many people say they don't even want to continue watching the show or read anything because the fight already over it, and they tired of it being dragged out. So I'm just like,
100%. This story can
ain't nothing
continue
wrong though. Ain't
forever,
nothing wrong though. Because that stuff it shouldn't have ended, but the fight should have been done. Like if he just gonna kill everybody, then just go ahead and kill everybody.
I honestly hope that the manga goes for another 10 years just so I can soak in all the drama from all the toxic fans. I am enjoying the hell out of it.
Not 10
Well, there's
years.
actually.
Oh,
Well, see, here's the thing: is like 2 years ago, Gage or whatever, Gigi or whatever his name is,
Yeah, guy.
he literally said that he had the ending for Itadori and Magnum, but he didn't have an ending for Sugana. And I was like, that doesn't
Well,
make
that-
any sense.
but before the anime even aired, he had an interview where he was quoted as saying, I don't know if one person's going to live or everyone's going to die.
That too.
Christ.
Like he is literally just enjoying the tears of his fans. Unlike Kishimoto, I bet you every time he gets a death threat, he probably like frames it on the wall and is just like, ha 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 ha. Like,
I can believe it. I can believe it.
and not only that, I mean, he's so sick right now. Like the guy has been working himself to death. His like fellow mangaka are like, dude, like you're working 18 to 20 hours a day without eating properly or drinking properly or anything just to get deadlines. And then all of a sudden he puts out a chapter that's what, 9 pages long? Right?
I think that last chapter was 7 pages.
7 pages, right? Like as a person,
It's starting to catch up. Cool.
I like, okay, so I joked when I said earlier that JJK was never good to begin with, okay? I don't
Yeah.
shit on anime as a general, I don't. For Gege himself, the man has put himself out there with a story that captivated millions, and people are
100%.
shitting on it because they're not getting what they want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's because- I got one little point here, though. The problem is because of the big three, and yes, I'm going to shit on the big three. All of the current anime fans that came up with the big three expect all of their animes to have happy endings. They expect to have everything handed to them. So
Can you really necessarily say that the endings be happy when some of them got some fucked up like aftermaths, like Naruto, for example? Yeah, okay.
so
Naruto became Hokage, but look at what the fuck your son got to go through. He finna lose everything. So it's like
two things about that.
That's my opinion.
First of all, Kishimoto coming back to fix the storyline that his assistant or whoever it was who created Boruto fucked up.
Now that was crazy, but
Right.
I felt like
But Kishimoto stopped when Naruto ended. So I do not consider Boruto to be Naruto canon. I don't. Because he wasn't
Fair.
doing it. Second, when it comes to Naruto, as a character, name one thing other than his sexy no jutsu that was not handed to him.
like his shadow clone jutsu.
It was handed to him.
That was no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
He
was.
had to learn it on it. It might have to a degree, but he stole the scroll. It wasn't handed to him. He took
Right.
the scroll.
but he
And
never
still
would have
learning.
got it if somebody else hadn't put the idea in his head. Same with the
Okay,
rosin gun, same with the shuriken. All of these things were
but you could say
crafted.
that about almost any character, though, besides like the characters prior to the main
But
cast.
I,
Because, like,
I, no,
yeah.
Sasuke's the same thing.
I'm talking strictly the main cast, okay? And I'm picking out Naruto
Okay.
specifically because everything he says that he wants to do, he gets.
So on that note, though, with the Rasengan, the Rasen Shuriken was something he invented himself.
No, it wasn't.
That was was it not?
No. Well,
Oh,
now that you've done this, let's teach you how to infuse chakra so you can infuse your wind chakra with the with the Rasengan. And then Shikamaru says to him, "Oh, you called it a shuriken. I thought you were going to throw it." At no point did Naruto come up with the fucking thing. Meanwhile, Kimmer's
But
like,
you know what?
I don't know.
But you
If
know
look
what's
it up,
crazy?
it says right
though?
here that Naruto invented this Rasen Shuriken.
no. He infused his wind chakra into
I
the
don't know,
Rasengan
man.
that his dad invented that became a shuriken. And the first time he used it against the immortal guy, whose name I can't
Yeah.
remember, he had to slam it into him like the Rasengan. And then Shikamaru says, "Oh, when you called it a shuriken, I thought you were going to throw it." And Naruto's like, "Oh shit, I didn't even think about that."
That is true. He did say that though.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
I get what you saying though. I
So-
get what both of y'all saying.
So
It's like it's the fact that he didn't change anything about the move. He kept the move the same. The only thing
Right.
he did was add an element to it. But anybody could have did
But-
that. So it's like
my point is because of the big three, okay, whether you love them or not, okay, going back to my original point, I take a long-winded way, I apologize about that. The big three, all of the characters get what they want, with the exception of Luffy, and that's only just been in recent years that he's not been able to get what he wants. Like, without spoilers, I know a few spoilers. I know there's, and I've never really watched it. Kimmer, you can attest this. In the last like 5 or 6 years, Luffy is finally suffering like major losses. Right?
I would say a little bit like because Wano was like 5 years, and so I would say it would probably be like it was like right in the middle, between 7-8 years.
But
Well,
but like so for the first 10 years of One Piece, Luffy gets everything
he
that
was
right.
walking around there doing what he wanted to do. Yeah.
he did have
but-
huge plot armor.
But my point
Yeah,
is that
he
expectation
so was.
grew with the fans.
He was.
You look at
I
Black
get
Clover
what
and
you're saying.
Asta. You look at Fairy Tale with Natsu. All that stuff. So now when you have an anime that's a shonen anime, right, that appeals to shonen fans like Jujutsu Kaisen, again circling back, Gege is taking away all of the things that you want. Oh, we love that character. Oh, well, he's dead. Oh, we love this character. So that person's going to suffer.
Yeah. And he's so
Go
ahead,
so my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. He's so
No, you're fine,
evil
go
with it. He keep giving hope that some character's still alive.
Yeah.
That's how you build intrigue.
That's crazy.
To chime in, I don't necessarily care that the characters die. It's more the pacing at which they do die.
It's the
that
storytelling.
bothers me. Yeah, it's the storytelling. It's just like Nanami, for instance, like he's such a badass character. I don't give a fuck if he dies later on, but he deserved to be around a lot longer. What's her
Hell
face?
yeah, he was.
Nobunaga got no fucking build whatsoever. Not that I think she deserves it, because I'll be honest, she was a pretty nothing character the way she was written.
No. That was one of my favorites. We ain't gonna say that, but but no. I was gonna bring her up too because come on now, in a manga.
I don't.
If you,
I'm not.
why
saying
would you
I
get
want her
somebody?
to die, though.
No.
How you gonna write somebody just standing right there watching a killer run up
Yeah.
on him like that?
Right.
Well,
right, exactly.
At least make him like detach his hand and throw it at her face or something. Make it dramatic. You just made her go like for
Yeah,
30
he made
seconds.
it-
He just,
Yeah,
he
he just
just
soccer achievement with like
in slow motion. Yeah, he just
and
she
that
just
there
gonna turn around and she gonna turn and look like
and that there lies why I don't watch a lot of the shonen anime is because they don't know how to write female characters. I would argue, and I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm sure there's other characters out there of the big shonen anime. So the top like 5 or 10.
No.
I would say the most strong female character is actually Erza Scarlet in the big shonen anime.
Sure.
I honestly can't think of anybody who's up there, but I mean at the same time too, I'm sure there is. I just can't off the top of my head.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
Again, haven't watched One Piece, so right?
but you know what's crazy? Because what's her name from Black Clover?
Noel.
No, not Noel. I ain't talking about her. Sisgolian. Yeah. The fire lady. She became fire herself. She literally went 1v1 against somebody that was stronger than her.
Oh, I guess it was in the movie.
Basically leveled up during the fight because she basically figured out mid-fight how to enhance her powers because she copied basically what the girl was doing to her in so many words. That's how I took it. I could be wrong. And overcame somebody that was light years stronger than her. If that ain't the epitome of strength, she didn't run. She didn't call for backup.
I don't
Nobody
mean,
even
I don't
to go save her.
I don't mean strong as in like how tough they are. I mean in how relatable and built they are as a character. So I would argue, this is the last tangent I'm going to go on, and then we'll go back to the last couple of anime, okay, before circling through, because we're getting a little over time here. But so I like dealing with toxic fans, as Dekel knows more than anyone else out of the three of you.
Yeah.
I don't shit on people for liking their anime. I don't. I shit on toxic fans for being toxic. So that's my disclaimer. Second, everybody who shits on Sakura, go fuck yourself. She's the hero of Naruto. End of story.
Hey, look, everybody know I be saying like they wouldn't even did half the shit they did if she wasn't there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Last time I checked, I could've sworn somebody was gonna die if she didn't put her hand on their heart.
Every time that Sakura gets into a useless situation. Now, she is a terribly written character. She is not good at all. Like the way she's written, just not good at all. Okay? I see Griff has finally recovered from his belly aching laugh. But everything she has ever done to level up and stop things. She's stronger than Tsunade. She saved the village. Same way Naruto did with... Naruto used her as a way of saving people at the end of the series. We know this. She literally saved him. She saved Sasuke even before they got married and had Sarada. She
Exactly.
one-handedly took on members of the Akatsuki, even though she didn't finish them off technically. She stood toe-to-toe to them and she didn't back down.
You whooped him. We ain't gonna take that away from her.
But at the same time, too, Sakura's point was that she was balance. Yeah, Naruto who was light, Sasuke who was dark. She was the balance. And every time she stood up, those two who didn't acknowledge her went, oh, fuck. Everything from the I cut my hair and them knowing how much the hair meant to her, no one else could give two flying fucks, right? All the way to training with the other Sannin member so that she could level up to be with Naruto and Sasuke. Now, she's the hero of Naruto because she's the one character who doesn't fucking waver.
I just figured it out. She's the One Piece.
Yep.
That's it.
But that's our chaotic tangent moment for the evening, gents. I'm gonna get back on track here. So I'm the one who derailed the conversation, so I apologize about that. The other two that I've looked at was one is called I Parry Everything, and it looks to be like a guy who saves. He wants to be an adventurer, and he's able to like parry attacks, and he ends up saving a princess. Is how it starts. The synopsis isn't really very long and not very clear, so I'm not going to read it. But it sounds a lot like another one of those defense animes where somebody's got overpowered defense and they're basically unstoppable. Bofuri, I maxed out my defense because I didn't want to get hurt, is a fantastic video game anime. That one's just, it's cute and hilarious.
That's gonna be my next Elden Ring build. My bad, I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that's fine. So the last one on my list is VTuber Legend, how I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream. Now, as somebody who follows VTubers, I just found this hilarious. Like my brain immediately thought that like Monarch, Sayu, Cottontail, a bunch of these other very famous VTubers. So essentially she's squeaky clean and all cute and all this other stuff. And then one day she forgets to turn off her stream and she starts drinking and she starts being like lewd and vulgar and rude while her stream is still going. And the clip goes viral and everyone's like, we've been waiting for you to snap because we know that you're like forcing yourself to be this person you're not. And so it's her journey of like rediscovering herself.
So it's the anime.
Yeah, but it's like and she's 20 years old, so she's not 16. She's not a little cutesy thing, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's here's the synopsis. 20-year-old former wage slave Yuki Tanaka now works among her idols, the streamers of Live On, one of Japan's top VTuber companies. As the gorgeous, polite Ayayuki Karone, she delivers the only the most ladylike content. Unfortunately, her subscriber count and savings are at rock bottom. One evening after Yuki thinks she's ended her stream, she cracks open a few cold ones and more than a few crude jokes while watching Live One's video archives, but her viewers hear it all and clips all of her body drunken commentary to go viral overnight. Yuki thinks her career is over until her manager reveals that everyone Live On has been waiting for her to snap all along and give her free reign to drink on stream.
Wow.
So yeah, that to me just sounds like it'd be really fun or really, really trash. But because I follow VTubers, I think it could actually be kind of fun. And a lot of the 20-something animes tend to be, because they're more adult themed, tend to be able to land jokes a lot better than, the main overpowered protagonist is 14 years old but looks like he's 27. Right? So that's kind of my recap of everything coming out. I don't think I missed any. I would highly recommend that all of you just see what's coming up. Like this season really looks like it could be hit or miss. We've had a lot of fire seasons recently, so I'm not surprised that we're getting a season that could be mediocre. But I mean, there's been times where the anime I will 100% promote. I've said this to Kimmer like 1,000 times already. Is I'm always surprised because I didn't want to watch Skeleton Knight in Another World. I was like, oh, this is just another stupid anime. By the end of the first episode, I was fucking hooked. That is one of the best isekai and 12-episode isekai animes I've ever seen. And and
12 episodes.
Well, they are bringing it back, but the thing, the only reason I watched it is the opening is awesome, and it was sung by a Brazilian musician. He's a YouTuber. And they invited him over, and he sings the whole song in Japanese. It's a fucking banger opening. I shared it with Kimmer, and Kimmer's like, dude, that was like one of the most dope animes I've watched in forever. So, and he's gone silent on us. You okay down there, Kimmer?
Yeah.
You multitasking, right?
No, he's waiting for me to shut up so you can talk.
No. Let me
No.
I ain't got nothing to say today.
In all seriousness, I mean, guys, we always have a lot of fun and stuff, and we do rag on each other. I know I say a lot of controversial shit, but I'm tired of dealing with toxic fans. One of the things on Dekel on Planet Saiyan over on Facebook there, sometimes we get some people on there that just need their heads smacked upside their heads. And I'm always in there, and I'm just like,
showered in 2 months.
And it is so funny because they don't be knowing what to say back to you, and they just be embarrassing themselves.
Well,
and I'll be like, see, that's what you get.
The problem is they don't have an argument for a well-established argument. Like, so the Naruto thing I brought up, those are things that I've thought about, so I have facts to represent my argument. Whether I'm right or wrong doesn't matter. But they're so used to like, my anime is better than your anime. I'm like, dude, we're both anime fans. We're both watching anime. We should be a community. But you're being a toxic dick, so I'm calling you out on it.
Yep.
the other day as an example for those of you. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3-minute little crackdown, and then we're gonna end the stream and end the thing. And Dekel, this is specifically targeted for you because you and I did kind of hit this, but we never really talked about it. Goku versus Vegeta. How many times has Goku beaten Vegeta?
None.
Vegeta. No, Goku has never beaten Vegeta. Not once.
But at the same time, Vegeta just got his first official win.
Official one. Yes.
Exactly.
So
2023.
So for those of you guys, the argument is in the Saiyan Saga, Goku didn't beat Vegeta because Goku couldn't move. Krillin, Gohan, Yajirobe interfered, and without them, Goku would have been dead. The planet would have been blown up. End of story. The second time they fought, Goku, the moron, dropped his guard. Vegeta knocked his ass out.
No, but no. See, that's the thing, though. See, people perceived it that way, but no, Goku didn't drop his guard. Vegeta told him, like, all right, we done fighting. And as soon as Goku turned around, he just, why would you tell him we done fighting if you finna snake him?
That's called dropping your guard.
But he already viewed Vegeta as a friend. He already viewed him as a friend. So why would Vegeta use underhanded tactics instead of just keeping it real? Like, all right, maybe we should stop fighting and go jump him.
That's why it's not an official. That is a dickhead mood. But that's Vegeta, and that's why it's not the official one.
Yes. But that's what makes Vegeta a jackass to me, because it's like,
he is a jackass.
You started the fight. You gonna tell man, you done just to snake him? Like, why? What's your purpose? What was the purpose?
Well, it's there's a stronger guy over there. Do you want to go fight him? Okay. Senzu bean, smack, right? Like Goku and Vegeta, like Goku's too trusting of his friends. We know this. This is why he died the first time. So they finally
trusting of everybody.
Yeah. But as Goku's got brain damage. It's canon. The guy has brain damage. Has been since he was like 2 years old. That's why he's so fucking broken. And then when they finally fight in Superhero, Vegeta finally wins, and that's his moment. Not only does he say this is the first time I've beaten Kakarot, he's also acknowledging that's the first time he's been stronger than Goku. Because Vegeta has never beaten Goku at his best, except for the first time they met. So it's actually 1-0 between the two of them.
And I say the same thing. Honestly, if you really go back and look at their first fight, there was absolutely no reason Vegeta even had to turn into an 8, because after Goku won the Beam Clash, he couldn't move no more.
Yep.
So it's like, you won. You could have just, all right, I see you beat me. You got some nice skills, but now it's my time to beat on you. Instead, you want to go overkill and be like, all right, well, since you don't got your tail, I'm about to turn into an 8 because I'm mad now.
But the thing is like the toxic fans, when I made that comment, and they have since deleted their comments, at least the offensive ones, as like, or you ban them. I don't know if you're moderating.
I didn't ban nobody. They that's why I be laughing, because when you come around, that's when everybody shut up and be just quiet, but they want to argue with me all day. But as soon as you shut them up, here they go, not saying nothing, deleting their comments, probably talking shit to another group. Just be laughing. So
let this be a lesson to all you anime fans out there. If you're toxic, somebody will shut you up. Not because they like I like Dragon Ball. I like Naruto, right? I loved Bleach up until episode 84 when they went into the stuffed animal arc, and then I dropped it and never watched it again.
I have to interject. My wife is threatening me. I have to go for dinner.
That is quite all right. I was just ending,
sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries. Well, I guess on that note, we're done. So you guys can all reign free, get some food, whatever it is you guys are doing. But thank you so much for stopping by. Kimmer and I are going to be recording later this week as well. So look forward to more podcasts. Hopefully this becomes a regular thing. And we will see you guys in the next one. If you got any anime recommendations, drop them below. And we will see you later. Cheers.
Cheers.